welcome to Kickin It with Jayde. I'm Jayde, and in this series, we're going to be chatting to guests around the world, London, Miami, New York, South Africa, and all over, about fashion, culture, music, and most importantly, sneakers. Right now we got Joshua Dunn on the line, who is actually all the way from Joburg. It's like basically down the road. But we're doing this closet to closet thing to make it a vibe, you know. Josh, how are you doing today?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I am so good. So you are a writer. You are also the host of Sneaker Vault on IGTV, which is actually such a cool unboxing, like sneaker show. You talk about the kicks and you like give us reviews.
Yes. I think that basically started, like, if you want to know, like, initially, like, I started writing about shoes and like just like where I grew up, like in like the colored community, and like which shoes influence us, you know, like a lot of like Converse, where I'm from in Durban, like a lot of Converses, Nike Cortezes, Air Force Ones, even like Jack Purcells, you know, like they really influenced a lot of the way that I dress, the way that I think about shoes. So initially when I started it, the whole thing, I just wanted to tell like a story from like my perspective and the influences that I got. And then it just grew into this reviewing and unboxing of shoes on my Instagram. So yeah.
Wild. And now you're doing the things and your feed looks lit and your wall is also super impressive. Listen, you started telling me such a cute story before we started recording about how you have a spare room in your house and you're like, hey, Pops, no one's using this room. Can we make it a sneaker? Tell me about that.
So initially this room, like the room that I'm sitting in, was like basically my father had planned for this room. I think he wanted to like turn it into like a cigar lounge for him and his mates. But like we didn't end up doing that, and like we were just using it as like a storage room. So I was like to my dad, I was like, Dad, like I'm really interested in like shooting like my sneakers, and just, you've always known I've had this passion for shoes. So can I please just, you know, turn this into like my sneaker room where I record? And he was like, okay, cool, that's fine. And like my father's always like wanted me to like build things with him. So I mean like we kind of just bonded on that. And like I just learned that my father back in the day, you know, he was all about Jack Purcells and like a certain sneaker and stuff like that. So like it was a really cool bonding experience. So like I learned more from my dad. Like I learned a lot from my dad as well, just about like how he grew up and sneaker culture back then. So yeah, it was really interesting. Yeah.
I love this story because for me, connecting our generation, and I think my parents or my grandparents even, that just don't understand sneaker culture, don't understand why you'd spend tens of thousands of rands on one shoe. I think the fact that you had that relationship is super special. And he's also from Durban?
My father's from Zululand in KZN, so yeah, like just up the North Coast.
Wow.
So
I love that. I love that. Daddy and son bonding over a sneaker wall.
No, definitely.
Let's understand. Look, I'm just gonna play some like a really quick fun game where you just answer questions as we go.
Okay, cool.
Super lighthearted. Just give me your thoughts, honest, and nothing that hectic or deep. Okay?
Okay, no stress.
Amazing.
No stress.
Okay, cool. Have you ever licked or sniffed your shoes?
Yeah, I did. I've licked my shoes.
Definitely.
It was one of those things.
Vibes. Tell me currently what is on foot right now?
Right now, I'm literally wearing some Adidas slides. That's it.
Chilling.
I'm literally just wearing some comfortable slides at the moment in my house, you know.
Yeah, you have the grip.
Yeah, I'm just chilling,
And it's a Zoom call, so you know with Zoom, no one knows what's happening down there. Cool. What is the most expensive sneaker you've ever bought?
What is the most expensive? Probably a pair of my Jordan 5s. I think I bought the alternate grapes. Like those are like, I think like over 3,000 rand. But like I've never actually bought, like if it's expensive, I've never actually bought a shoe on resale. I've always been able to like, you know, get a lock and like get a shoe on like resale value. So yeah.
You are super lucky. The resale game is vicious.
Yeah.
Vicious.
No, it really is. It really is.
What is your take on reselling? Are you somebody that is like, this is ridiculous, it's like killing the culture, or you like fair game for everybody?
I think maybe I'm against the way like people tend to get the shoes, like the backdoor tricky things that happen behind the scenes. But I mean, like if you find yourself with a pair of shoes that you could sell or trade to get a shoe that you really want, because that's what I'm assuming that a lot of the people do, that a lot of the guys do, that I'm all for it. I mean, if you need to trade a pair of Easy 350s to get a pair of Bread 4s or Bread 11s, then I'm like, I mean, I have no problem with that, you know.
What is the
honestly, it's just a No, I was saying it's just a trade. It's just a trade. It's just trading. That's literally it, you know, to get what you want, basically.
For sure. I hear you. I mean, but then you
That's
see
literally it, yeah.
more and more these super wealthy guys come and cop like every single sneaker and then sell them at a stupid value, like markup value, in order to make money. And you know, the loss of the love for the sneaker culture, it's gone. Do you know what I mean? Am I making sense?
Yeah, I think like I get that. I think like on my I've seen it firsthand. Like I honestly don't know how people can just come up to you and say, yo, I'm gonna offer you $6,000 for your shoe. I still like, I'm just like, yo, dude, where are you getting this money to just like pop up $6,000 so quickly, you know? Like, you know, like someone like me, I'm like, yo, if I need this shoe, I'm gonna have to save up and like make a plan and then like, you know, cop it. But I mean, like, you're right. Like I think like a lot of these like super rich kids, you know, it just comes with ease, and like I think they just kind of go for like the hype. And I'm not trying to even sound like a purist, you know. Like, literally, I'm trying to not like sound like a purist, but like it's just like I want like people to understand why they want that shoe, you know. Like, okay, cool, I'm copying this shoe because the last time it was released was in 2001, or like there's a certain moment in history that happened with that shoe, you know. Like I kind of want your backstory of why you want the shoe, not just, you know, I saw Travis Scott wearing it in one of his photos or once.
Exactly.
You know.
I was looking up all the different definitions of a sneakerhead, and it's somebody that collects, trades, and admires sneakers for the pure passion and love of it, but also genuinely understands the history behind it. And that sounds like you. I really wanted to talk to you today because I believe you're part of this new generation of digital sneakerheads. Now, a bit of context. Back in the day, 10 years, 15 years ago, there weren't very many people giving their opinions on sneaker culture, because in order for you to do so, they expect you to have a certain level of knowledge, know a certain amount of people, have plugs, like, you know what I mean? It wasn't just anybody that was doing it. And now we're in the generation of the Highsnobiety, the Yom Zanzis, the hype beasts of the world, where access to information is global. So now any Tom, Dick, or Harry can just go on Hypebeast and see, you know, information about a sneaker that's going to drop, information about collaborations and really cool interviews and stuff like that, which I think is amazing. That's the great thing about the internet, which has led now to people like you, the digital sneakerheads that are collecting and sharing their knowledge and passion with the world. What do you rate on how like the culture is going, right? It's because before it was very small and cliquey. Now it's like people like you can share your knowledge and info with other people. What do you rate?
I think especially in South Africa, it's grown like leaps and bounds. I think like it literally grows every day in SA. Like I didn't realize how big the sneaker culture in SA, or specifically Johannesburg, like I always knew like, okay, cool, there was, if you wanted a certain spot to get like a very rare shoe, you could go to La Familia, you know, or Courtois, basically. Those are like the two stores that I knew of. But now, like during this whole COVID and the lockdown, all of these different resellers all like just popped up, like out of nowhere, like literally just happened and boom, there was all these resellers. And then like you just see, and then all of a sudden like you go on Instagram now and there's a lot of people that love sneakers in SA, and whether it be like your general release sneakers to your high-end raffle shoes, it's really cool because you can sit down and have a conversation with someone, and you can literally just sit down and talk about the Adidas Superstar and like the impact that it's had culturally in the world, in South Africa, the Air Force One, all of those specific, you know, and even like having the debates of whether you like the OG Air Jordan 1 or you hate the mids or the lows, you know. It's all of those conversations, and way more people are up for those conversations. So like it's really nice to see how far we've come, you know, especially in Johannesburg, because I know like before it just used to be like a Cape Town thing, you know. Johannesburg's always been known for like their fashion type of, you know, we all high-end fashion, what, but like Cape Town's always been known like, yo, if you want to see some dope sneakers, you must go to Cape Town. You'll see it, like the classic bubble copper, that whole vibe, you know. So right now I feel like at the moment, I feel like Joburg's like really, really catching up to Cape Town in that aspect, you know.
For sure. Shout out to you for also representing here in Joburg and Durban.
Yeah. You know, there's not a lot of Durban sneakerheads that I know of. You know, I feel like I'm one of few. So yeah.
And what I also really like about you is that you seem to buy things that you genuinely like. Like, it's not about the hype. Like, if there are some chucks that drop, you're like, actually, I've been messing with Converse from back in the day. I know you're a Yeezy stan. You know, everybody's now on the Jordan 1 hype. But I think it's an important message to put out to kids and to your followers that it really shouldn't be about the hype. It should be about, if this sneaker like speaks to your soul, buy the sneaker. Do you know what I mean?
Like, I even argue that probably Converse is probably the most influential sneaker in South Africa. Top 3 sneaker in the world for me. Like, it's just what the Converse Chuck Taylor actually represents in SA. I mean, like, from like the Kwaito days, Pantula days, and how they used to dress and how they still dress in some of the hoods. You know, the Converse sneakers are it's a really staple shoe in those areas, in the hood. You know, so I think like. But even amongst the world, like, it's like everybody's owned a Chuck Taylor.
A pair of Chucks.
Everyone.
Yeah.
You know, everyone. So I think that's why I always tell people, like, you know, like, it's not about the hype shoes. Like, some guy can look at your collection and be like, yo, there's some history inside here, you know, and that's really cool, you know.
For real. I mean, the Chucks are that classic canvas sneaker with the rubber sole. Yeah. Hella beat up, and you can wash them and still rock them fresh the next day. What's really cool about Converse, if we're talking brands, is that locally they see the value in our creatives and in our artists, and they've done some really amazing collaborations with Slaying Goliath or who else, Sindiso. Do you know what I mean? So just like tapping into our local designers and being able to create these limited edition sneaker collaborations is also super beautiful for the country.
I think, like, you know, talking about like tapping into a lot of like creatives and a lot of like the people that push the culture. You know, another brand that's really gotten into is Puma, man. Like, Puma, like, what I've noticed, they've really come aggressively into the market. Like, the person that's running that whole marketing thing and just like targeting all these young and upcoming influential kids that just push the culture. Sure. I think it's kind of telling a whole new story of Puma in South Africa, which is amazing to see, you know. And they're coming up with like some really, really dope kicks, like a really, really dope chunky run aesthetic.
Yeah. Of all the brands, they've been the most consistent in terms of tapping the future. The Uncle Vinny's, Nasty C, Youngster CP,
yes, definitely.
You know, Ayanda Tabete, even they did a little campaign with her. So for sure, they've been the strongest in the market when it comes to putting these people.
No, definitely. I fully agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, Nike's also, but I think Puma in a really, really strong way. So shout out to them for that. That's really dope.
Yeah, I think with Nike, it's more, I don't know, maybe I might be wrong, but I think like if you're more like established in what you do, in your craft, you're like, you have that foundation, and then, you know, Nike will just build off of that. That's what I noticed.
They're like infamous in the country for being that brand that's like, they don't just seed anyone. Like, I'm not even on that level yet. I'm buying all my Jordans, fam. There's no problem here. No, but it's a real chat. I mean, so I think, it's one of those exclusive lists to be on that seeding list. If your house was on fire, what is the sneaker you are grabbing to save?
Definitely my only pair of Yeezys is probably my Yeezys.
Can you take them out, show us? Let's see.
Yeah, no stress. I actually put them out. Yeah, I laid them out. So basically, it's definitely these bad boys.
Fire.
I can
get them in my size. So jealous.
I feel like it's like I was thinking when you asked me that question, you know, like when you told me before, I was thinking like, I don't know, it was either these or if I can also pull out or these, and like I don't know, like I still,
you know, just back.
Yeah, you see, so I did pull out like some of my favorite shoes. So you know, this one, Kanye is honestly my favorite like artist ever, man. Like, that guy, he amazes me with everything he does. And like this shoe was a gift, so it like has like a lot of sentimental value to me, you know. So like if my house was burning, then for sure it would be this one.
While I have you, what's your take on like Yeezy's recent rants about Addy, Puma, like getting them to do a collaboration? He also said that everything Puma's released has been crap, which is wild. Like,
yeah, I know. I think,
yay, right?
I think that's just, yeah. I think I think that's Kanye being Kanye. I think Kanye has kind of put himself on this. Sure, I don't know. Like, I mean, like the Mount Rushmore of sneaker collabos. You know, like, I mean, like whatever brand he's kind of touched, it's like he's created this whole
100%.
new phenomenon. You know, like where there will be the LV, Yeezy, I don't know if even the Babester with the graduation teddy bear on it. You know, even from his Nike Yeezys to like his Adidas Yeezys. Yeah. So I think
now
he's always
Gap is coming up soon. We haven't seen.
Yeah, so that's also gonna be fire, you know. So I think like he's put himself on that platform that he's allowed to speak crazy sometimes. But I mean, like that Puma thing was capped though. The Puma's been releasing some hits. It's like you know, like even like
George, they were touched.
No, definitely. I would also be touched because I mean, like, Puma has such a rich history in the culture as well, man. Like, even if it's like just the Puma suede,
and what it's
done for like the b-boy culture and all of that stuff. Like, so I mean, like, for you to say that it's kind of trash is like hectic cap, to be honest. So I was like, I don't know about that. I don't know, but I do think there will never ever be an Adidas Nike collab.
Sad. Even from Ye, I don't think he can make it happen. But if he does, it'll
I also don't think so.
I just wanted to say, I put out a post on social media saying, hey, yo guys, I'm making a sneaker show. Who would you like to see on the show? And your name kept popping up. Everyone was like, Joshua Dunn, Joshua Dunn. So I want to say, like, you are the fan, vote the fan fave. And that's why we put you on the show among some incredibles.
Thank you so much,
Clark Kent, Uncle Vinny, Lucas Raps, Jason Goliath. So we have some real like sneaker icons in the show, and you are on the show as well.
I must say, I'm really excited for the DJ Clark Kent episode, man. Clark Kent's a legend, man.
An icon living. Yeah. No.
Yo, like I think like if I ever had to like see him in person, I'll probably be like a bit like you know, starstruck. I'll be like, yo, can I please just go and look at your collection?
Sweetest, nicest guy. He actually sent me this sneaker as a gift. That's how I got the off-white nails. This is how I got this sneaker, was through him. He's like a homie. And this is the collab he did with Kate Twist. It's a Black Lives Matter sneaker. It's like a lot of meaning behind it. So in our episode, we're definitely going to chat about that. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for your time. It's been so great to chat to you. Hopefully we'll bump into you in Josie someday.
No, definitely.
Thank you so much.
It was awesome being on here, man. Thanks for having me, eh? All right, eh? Cheers, eh?